Well, coming in, you might have seen the table there with the merchandise. And next to the merchandise, there are these pictures of these kids. I've been bringing these kids on the road with me for the last few years, and I'd like to explain a little bit of the history behind why they're here. And I have our merch gal, Emily, who's going to be helping me here. Say hello to Emily, everyone. She'll be there at the merch table during and after the show. But so, a little history here. A couple years ago, I went to China for my first time. And while I was there, I went to an orphanage. And it wasn't just your usual orphanage. It was one that took in kids who had life-threatening illnesses. And here, I have some pictures of the kids. They're there at the merch table if it's hard for you to see. But this was one of the little kids I met there. Her name was Little Snow, and she was there, an orphan, and she was waiting to go into another open heart surgery that she needed because she had a congenital heart disease. And I was just so impressed by this little girl because she's just so cute, first of all. But she was fighting for her life, and she was doing it alone. She didn't have family to be there, worrying if she got through a surgery okay, and if she even got a surgery that she needed to keep living. No one to care about her, worry about that. And it just really struck a chord with me. Then I met this other little boy. I don't remember his name, so I just call him the little boy in green. He had a green cast and a green shirt on. And while we were in the nursery playing with the kids, he was there in the corner crying, and just crying and crying and crying. And I went over to check on him and just knelt down. I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he didn't understand what I was saying because, they spoke Mandarin and I spoke English. And he just looked at me with tears in his eyes and he just threw his arms around me and rested his head on my shoulder and just kind of sank into my arms and stopped crying. And in that moment, I had never met him. That was the first time I'd ever met him, and that asking if he was okay. But I realized that he just needed to feel loved. He didn't have someone to give that to him. There are nurses that work there at the orphanage, but they had so many kids in each room. And I just wondered, what can I do for these kids? I don't know how to cure their diseases. I don't know why their families aren't there. I don't know their situations. But something I can do is I can be a platform so that their voice can be heard. And so that's what I decided to do. And I decided to partner with this organization that helps kids. And it's an organization called Holt International. Some of you may have heard about Holt. Some of you may know people who have adopted through Holt International. So what they do is they basically find homes for these kids. And they also help families who have kids to prevent these kids from becoming orphans. Because a lot of these kids don't have to be orphans, but their families don't feel like they have any other situation or any other option in their situation. Now, here's one of the kids. His name's Seong Min. I think that's how you say it. And he's from Korea, and it shows what program he's in. He's in the adoption program. And they're from all over the world. If you go over there, they're from parts of South and Central America, Africa, Asia. And you can read a little bit about their story as well here. And so what am I asking? I'm not asking you, okay, everyone, adopt these kids. Go. I'm not asking for that, but I am asking for your help to sponsor these kids. Yes, Holt finds homes for these kids, but in the meantime, these kids need food, shelter, education. And so for a little over $1 a day, you can give those kids those means. Now that's, it's like, okay, wait, David, that $1 a day adds up. That's money, it's a bit of a sacrifice. But you're right, it is a sacrifice. That's what I'm asking you to do, is make a sacrifice. It's not a big sacrifice, but something I've learned in my life is that when we make sacrifices and to serve others and help someone out, that's where a joy comes that you can't experience any other way. That's how my mission was. I mean, that's just how little moments like this are too. To be able to lift someone up and give a little of what you have to someone else. We can make a big difference in someone's life. I'm a big believer in that too, that by small and simple things, great things can happen. So if you could please take a look. These kids will be with Emily after the show. And you just look, ask her questions. She's there to help you understand a little bit more. And, you can even do what you can. Donate what you can, or for as long as you're able to. It's not like, I have to do this for the rest of my life until I run out of money. It's do what you can to help someone. My sister, one of my youngest sisters, she's 19 years old. She decided to sponsor a kid. She's been working at an ice cream store. She doesn't make a ton of money. And I was like, okay, Amber, I didn't ask you to help out with that. Why did you decide to do that? And she said, well, I looked at it this way. I could go out and eat a few times in the week with my friends. I could buy a new pair of shoes this month, or I could save that money and sponsor a child. And that's exactly what she did. So you don't have to be a CEO or president of a company to make a difference in someone's life. So Emily will be there with the kids, and thank you for listening.